This is CJ at the Dakota, where the godfather of fusion, Jeff Lorber, is about to go to work in this sound check with Marlon McClain, Stokley, and Shaun LaBelle. Jeff Lorber obviously loves what he does. Here he is between shows talking music with Stokley.
Well, this was Angela. Yeah, that's dope. You know that one? I don't know if I know. There's actually, I might have this. I might have a video. Oh, I don't have a video. There's a video for this.
When I finally had Lorber's mostly undivided attention in the packed, tiny green room, he was ready to play, starting with the recent misspelling of his famous name on an airline ticket. The Jeff Lorber Fusion.
Lorber, L-O-B-B-E-R.
That's good. You know that's going to be in there. You're thinking about changing your name at this point. Close that door, Shaun. It's still the Fusion still exists.
Well, what happened was the Fusion was like a pretty tight band that formed in the late 70s. I mean, actually, it went through a few personnel changes, but basically, it was a pretty solid unit of Danny Wilson on bass, Dennis Bradford on drums, Kenny Gorelick, Kenny G on sax, and me. That was like the band for about 5 years. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, just the idea of fusion seemed passé, and then so I started making Jeff Lorber records. I just got rid of the Fusion because it just seemed like it was played out, it wasn't really a happening name. And then when we started playing in Europe, that's when the promoters wanted to promote us as the Jeff Lorber Fusion. And then we just, because that's how everybody knew us. And then we just sort of had that idea, like, why don't we go back to Jeff Lorber Fusion, because that's kind of that name sounds cool. It sounds like it's adventurous music, it's exciting music. You know, it's like that name kind of had a freshness to it again.
What does it take to keep a group together for that long?
Well, it's hard. I mean, you know, basically it just takes like-minded people that have a commitment to it, and I mean, what some people do is, you know, I mean, if you're a very successful band leader, you can afford to put people on retainers, so they're always available to you. So that's one way to do it.
What breaks up groups besides drugs, alcohol, and egos?
That's a question that could go on for hours. But, you know, once again, it's the same thing. You got to have a commitment and a shared vision, skills of how to get along with people, and the equality in the relationship, and just if people are getting what they need. And but one thing is, I think what makes groups successful. It's funny you should mention that, because I was just talking to my friend Bobby Colombi, who was the original drummer with Blood, Sweat, and Tears, mm-hmm. and he was also he was interviewing U2 one time, and he was telling them that the thing that was sort of really successful about them was that they all came from the same place, they all shared similar experiences. And he was basically telling them that they should really stick it out and stay together, because that's what people really like about the group.
You never developed one of those big music egos.
I guess not.
How much money do you think Ashanti and Ja Rule owe you? What did they take? What did they borrow?
Well, you know, there's my song "Rain Dance" that's been sampled a bunch of times, and they sort of interpolated it. I think is the word, where you take something.
Is that a word? Interpolated?
Yeah.
Okay.
And It has to do with like mathematics or something. But you make some little alterations just to it, so it's not quite the original thing.
So you haven't.
But they had a pretty big hit. So
what did they call their hit?
So sorry, guys.
They didn't call it Rain.
no, that's a good question because it's been a while. I don't quite remember what that was now, but it was a pretty big hit for them. It was one of their last ones, I think.